Good morning. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Kris is not with us today, but we'll still do a good job. Today I have Dan Surfers. Dan Surfers is a good friend of mine, and he is the most experienced business coach and the speaker that I know. This man has been in business for over 40 years doing various things and has a lot of knowledge. A great asset in Fort Wayne, and I encourage anybody to contact him after this and at least schedule some meeting time and have a coffee or tea or something and communicate with him. He will share a lot of interesting things with us today. Dan,
Sure.
Tell us, what do you do?
What do I do? Well, I guess my exact title would be a business growth specialist in helping businesses to either start up businesses or businesses that are stuck and feel like they're capable of making so much more money. And I work with them and consult with them and help them to grow.
Okay, and you're also a public speaker too, right?
I do a lot of that, yes. I've
Yes.
had the opportunity to speak to especially chambers and associations around the country, and we talk about building customer loyalty and creating growth in your business. That's what it's all about.
And something that a lot of people don't know about you, you were the
You know a lot of things about me a lot of people don't know.
the president of the Speakers Association.
Right here in Indiana, sure.
Here in
Mhm.
Indiana.
Here in Indiana.
That's like
Covers
everybody.
everybody in the state who's makes money professionally speaking is not everybody, but a lot of them are part of this association. So that was a thrill because I got the opportunity to meet a lot of the big name speakers who we brought in to talk to our organization.
So one of the questions that we ask is, why are Mondays great?
Why are Mondays great? I look forward to Monday. I'm not really a workaholic. I just really enjoy work because my work is play, and I can't wait to get going again on Monday because everybody's off on the weekend, so I can't have appointments or meetings or anything else. So I love Mondays.
So one of the things that we discuss is a lot of the guests who has come before, what they say is if you have a positive attitude and if you love what you do, your Monday is going to be great.
Right. If you wake up and you have no clue of where to go or what to do, it's going to make it's tough.
Yeah, and then you can make it better, right?
I can help them make it better, but they need to do it themselves. I'm not a hand holder.
I know.
What I do is I meet with people and help them to get a plan together. So I believe it was Jim Rohn that said never start your day until you end it on paper, or something like that.
Is there an adage that you live by?
Boy, there's a lot of adages. I'm a personal development junkie, and I read constantly. I read a nonfiction book at least once a month, if not once a week. And so there's no real adage. I don't think. I'm very spiritual. Talk to my Creator every day, and we figure out what are we going to do for good that day. And I think that's the way I go about it.
Then let me ask you another question. If you were to have a superpower, what superpower would you have?
First reaction is I think I would want to read minds.
But it would be scary to read some people.
That's what I was just thinking. There's some people I'd want the ability to turn that off every day, But
Yeah.
there's some people that they have so much wisdom. I walk in a bookstore, I almost get depressed, and the reason I do is because I want all of that knowledge and that wisdom to enter my mind, and I guess so that would be my superpower.
Oh, okay, good. So, I know you give a lot of tips to people. I have picked up several tips from you and improved my business. Can you give a great tip, a quick tip to our audience that they can utilize every day?
I can give 4 real fast. Okay. The 4 qualifying questions. You shouldn't be in business unless you can answer these 4 questions.
Great.
And the first one is, what do I sell? It's probably not what you think. The second one is, who is my target market? The third one is, why should they buy from me? And the fourth one is, how will they know?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so and in fact, my new book coming out is called The 4 Qualifying Questions, and that's what those are.
Yeah, that's very good. So another thing that I want to ask you is, a lot of businesses, when they do business, they don't have a focus point. They don't have a plan, right? How do you usually encourage people? Like, do they have to have a coach throughout the lifetime, or do they get the coach like one time or two time, or what's the how does that work?
Well, it depends. There's professional coaches and then there's mentors. And I think you need a mentor pretty much throughout your life, or a group of mentors.
Okay.
In Think and Grow Rich, he talked about his board, you know, the mastermind that he met with. And but you need mentors. But at the same time, you need a business coach sometimes when you're stuck, or at the beginning when you're starting a business. If you meet with a coach before you even call an attorney or anybody else, you're going to save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's true. That's very true. And this is kind of a tricky question, but it's not really. And I know you are kind of like an open book. You tell things as it is. But what is it? What is it that's something that people don't know about you, that you know that you do, like a deep secret or something that not many people know about?
Wow. Well, besides the fact they don't know that I have 18 grandchildren, I think that kind of shocks a lot of people right off the bat. And 6 kids. I had,
and they're all Colts fans, right?
Every one of them. They all have Colt shirts, and they all get together when the Colts are in the Super Bowl, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that might be, and I also like to take risk. I've jumped out of airplanes, I've scuba dived, I've flown parachutes, do things like that, just to get the adrenaline flowing. It makes life more fun to take risks.
So, Dan, we know you do a lot of stuff, right? And recently we had a discussion that you're going to focus on things. But tell our audience, how do they get hold of you, and what network groups do you belong to, so that they can communicate with you, your web address, you know, that sort of stuff?
Okay. It's dan@surfacecoaching.com is my email. My phone number is 260-466-4600. I'm co-captain of a networking group here in Fort Wayne that meets every Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning at Trine University, the Fort Wayne campus behind DuPont Hospital.
And that's a great network group. And you didn't found it, but you kind of like continued the tradition.
It's growing tremendously. We have standing room only pretty much every week. And the thing that makes us different is we take a topic for discussion and we talk about that topic. So it's educational as well as just stand up, give a minute of what you do, and then sit back down. So it's a good meeting.
Yep. So anyway, we want to thank Dan today for coming and giving us some great business tips. And this is a man that knows his stuff. He has been doing this for over 40 years now. That doesn't show, I mean, that doesn't tell you age. But professionally, he has had many businesses, and most of the time, the coaches that you see, they are kind of like people who just learn from books, and Dan has learned stuff from actually doing it.
I've been in the trenches, yeah. So what you're trying to say, I've been in the trenches,
so,
absolutely.
I want to say thanks to Dan, and thank you for watching. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Use it.